right, let's pull back the curtain on one of the most fundamental ideas in all of artificial intelligence. We're talking about how an AI actually finds its way through a problem. And at its very core, it's all about a search for a solution. I mean, think about it. Every time you ask for directions, you have a starting point and a destination. There are thousands, maybe millions, of possible paths you could take, but somehow it spits out the perfect one in just seconds. So how does it actually do that? Well, here's the really cool part. That incredibly complex technology, it's actually built on the exact same logic you'd use to solve a simple maze from when you were a kid. It's all about exploring possibilities to find a clear path from a start to a finish. And this brings us to what we call a search problem. It's pretty simple, really. You have an initial state, that's the entrance to our maze. You have a goal state, that's the exit. The solution? It's just the right sequence of moves, left, right, up, down, that gets you from point A to point B. So, to take on this quest, our AI needs a few essential tools. You could almost think of it like a hero gearing up for an epic journey. It can't just wander around aimlessly, right? It needs a plan, and it needs a way to understand the world it's in. First thing in that toolkit is the agent. This is our hero. It's the piece of the puzzle that's actually doing all the work. Perceiving the maze walls, making the decisions, and taking the steps. It's really the brains of the whole operation.
Okay, so next up, our hero has to know where it is at all times. And that's what we call a state. A state is really just a snapshot in time. For our maze, just imagine that every single square is its own unique state. So wherever our agent is standing right now, that's its current state. So here's the crucial part. Our AI puts together a blueprint for its quest. It knows its initial state, that's the starting line. From any given square, it knows its possible actions. And, maybe most importantly, it has a goal test, a super simple question it asks itself after every single move. Am I there yet?
And this is where the strategy comes in. Picture it. The agent is standing at a crossroads. It sees a few different paths it could take. So, how does it decide? Does it just, pick one at random and cross its fingers? Nope, not quite.
What it does is keep a list of all the places it's found but hasn't fully explored yet. In AI, we call this list of possibilities the frontier. The whole strategy is really about how the AI decides to explore that frontier. Which of those options does it choose to check out next? And that brings us to two classic strategies: depth first search, or DFS, and breadth first search, BFS. Honestly, the best way to get it is to think of them as two explorers with totally different personalities. One is the impulsive type who just dives deep, and the other one is super cautious and methodical. Let's start with our impulsive explorer, depth first search. This algorithm is all about picking a path and just going for it, full speed ahead, until it literally can't go any further. So here's how DFS works. It goes as deep as it possibly can down one single path. When it hits a wall, a dead end, it backtracks to its last choice point and tries a different way. It manages all its options using a stack, which is a last in, first out kind of thing. Think of a stack of plates. You always take the last one you put on top. Because of this, it just keeps going deeper and deeper. It's really fast and doesn't use much memory, but it can definitely get lost down a very, very long and wrong path. All right, now let's look at the complete opposite approach. Meet breadth first search, our methodical explorer. This strategy is careful, it's thorough, and it never gets too far ahead of itself. BFS explores level by level. It checks all the squares one step away from the start. Then it checks all the squares 2 steps away, and so on. It expands outward just like ripples in a pond. To do this, it uses a queue, which is first in, first out. Just like a line at a store. Whoever gets there first is the next one to be served. And because it explores everything in the order it was discovered, it is guaranteed to find the absolute shortest path. So what's the trade-off? Well, it has to remember every single option at every level, which can take up a whole lot of memory. So, you see, one goal, but 2 totally different journeys to get there. One is fast and lean, but it might take the long, scenic route. The other is a bit slower and memory-hungry, but it is always going to find the shortcut. The whole point here is that choosing the right algorithm is all about understanding these trade-offs. And those trade-offs are exactly why this all matters so much. Because, let's be real, this isn't just about finding the end of a maze in a puzzle book. This logic, choosing the right kind of search for the job, it powers so much of the technology we use every single day. And this isn't just me making an analogy. The folks over at Harvard's famous CS50 course put it perfectly. They say the logic of maze solving translates directly to real-world problems, like finding the best route in Google Maps, which is really just a massive, city-sized maze when you think about it.
Seriously, the applications are just everywhere. It's how AI characters in your favorite video games find their way around the map without bumping into walls. It's how little packets of data are routed across the entire internet to bring you this content. It's even how search engine crawlers explore the gigantic web to index pages for us. It really is the invisible engine of navigation in our digital world. So, the big takeaway here is this. What starts as a simple set of rules for solving a fun little puzzle becomes an incredibly powerful tool for navigating immense complexity. And that just leaves us with one final thought. As these algorithms get smarter and smarter, what other massive human-sized mazes, in science, in logistics, maybe even in medicine, what mazes will they help us solve next?